line. First, I'm going to get to Nick, who's calling in here. Hey, Nick, what's going on?
Hey, Dan. How you doing?
I'm doing just fine. I'm having a good time here with Katy, just talking to callers. How about you?
I'm doing all right. Well, I don't want to take up too much of your time, so I'm just going to get quick into my question.
Let's do it.
So basically, I'm an atheist and my mom is Catholic. I've tried to challenge her beliefs, but, it's kind of her religion is a personal thing for her, and I don't want to take it away because it's not hurting anybody. But I think it was 2 days ago, my mom got a message from her friend, and it was one of those 5G conspiracy, 5G is going to kill us all or whatnot.
Telling everyone trans.
I tried to explain to her that it was basically pseudoscience and explain to her like the electromagnetic spectrum and all that and non-ionizing radiation. But one thing she told me that kind of struck with me is she said, well, you should just let other people have their own opinions. And I said to her, well, what if those opinions are damaging to society and damaging to other people? And she said, well, yeah, but you should still let other people have their own opinions. So I just wanted to kind of ask, well, what do you think would convince somebody to not hold on to that anymore? Because I also noticed that she was like making an appeal to authority saying, oh, my friend sent me this, so it must be true type of thing. But I just wanted to know what both of your thoughts were on that.
Yeah.
I encounter this, like, I'm entitled to an opinion thing so much. Like, on Twitter, people say it literally every day. And it's almost like a meme where people say, what they're saying is, oh, everyone deserves an opinion. And that's true. I don't have any right to take away your thoughts. But what they're meaning is, my opinion is equal, back off. And I think it's important to assert, like, yeah, you are allowed to think whatever you want. And I would fight for, like, if we had thought police, that'd be horrific. However, some opinions are trash. Like, some opinions are worthless. Some people have opinions that are logically contradictory. And I'm not like taking away your right to tell you your opinion is wrong. Like, there are some opinions that are bad. Anyone who is racist, their opinion is wrong. I mean, and I think sometimes you can explain to people that sometimes if they've got this thing in their mind, like, oh, well, it's my opinion, and it gives them a defense. Like, they become defensive over it. You're saying that I can't have an opinion? And like, no, mate, you can have any opinion you want, but just look, let's find something that we agree on, which is an opinion that other people have that's wrong. Yeah. And you can say they deserve to have an opinion, but they don't deserve to be able to say that without people telling them they're wrong. Because it's rubbish.
It's not invalid. So, everybody has the freedom of autonomy and the freedom to think their own thoughts. I think you and I would both agree with that. But at the same time, that doesn't mean every single opinion is on equal playing field. Okay. 3-year-olds have opinions on all kinds of things. That doesn't mean we should make our public policy based on, what a 3-year-old is feeling when they're cranky during nap time. You know what I mean? Like that. We have to take opinions into context. Some opinions are based on research. Some opinions are based on experiences. Some opinions are based on a context of array of information. And we can look at which information is more reliable and which information is going to give us the kind of results that we would want to see, a more solid foundation for our understanding of how the world works than others. I have a lot of opinions, some of which I express on this show, but I try to always at least ground the way I think about things in some sort of justification beyond, well, I had this thing happen to me one time, so I think everything's like this. Or, yeah, I think I saw a news article about it one time or something. Actually, sometimes I will say I read a news article about it. But like, if I know the source off the top of my head, I'll tell you where to go, And some people, but that's a trained thing for me because I'm surrounded by other people who do that all the time. If you don't have people in your life that challenge you that way, then you don't start to think that way. So that's where I think you come in, Nick. I think your ability to challenge your family, because you are their family, means that you have an open invitation to have conversations with them much better than I could. I can't call up your mom and say, hey, what's up? I think your opinion is wrong.
I'll do it. Give me a number.
Well, I mean, don't get me wrong. If she calls in, I'll talk to her all day. But like, like your opinion matters too. Her opinion matters, but your opinion matters too. And like, we can suss out some information there. We can suss out why you believe the way that you do. And maybe if you explain why you believe the way that you do, that they can see why you do. But I don't know. What do you think?
I think sorry.
Nick, what do you think?
So, well, I completely agree with that. And maybe I was coming off a bit forceful because I was really passionate about the whole thing, because I just realize it for what it is. And I don't want to, have people like my mom lured in by misinformation. So I guess what I can do is just try and give her some epistemic grounding and try and reason with her, that my opinion, I can back it up and you can have your own opinion on it, but I just want to give you my thoughts.
I think give her the tools, give her the tools to understand. Like when someone is set in this, like everyone has their own opinion and they're all valid mindset, they don't necessarily know that's not the only mindset. And if you can explain to her, like, here's an opinion that someone else has that's just rubbish, maybe you can then think, oh, what if some of my opinions are rubbish? What if some of my friends' opinions are rubbish? Having the tools to think is important.
My advice too, Nick, would be, hey, leave your opinion out of it for right now. Focus entirely on her opinion and try to see how much you can talk to her without even saying what you think about things. I had this great professor in college. I took this media literacy course, and he was one of the best professors I ever had, in the sense that I never knew what his opinion was on anything unless I asked him or somebody else asked him. He was so great at explaining information in such a descriptive way. And it made sense. He used to work for a news organization, right? So he's used to people writing stories and kind of being as objective as possible and stuff. So he was able to deliver this information in such a way where, like, I didn't know his political leanings too much. I didn't understand too much what went on behind it, because he was just giving, what he read and what he knew, or what at least he thought he knew, based on information given. There wasn't a hint of personal bias in there really too much anywhere. And so that's what I try to model when I talk, because that had an influence on me. That helped me think about things better. And I would suggest the same thing with you, Nick. If you can talk to your mom just about her opinion as much as you can, without even getting yourself into it, she might be more responsive to that and not feel like she has to defend herself, versus your opinion, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Well, sounds like we got to the heart of that question. I appreciate you being quick to your question and us getting right to the answer as we're getting to the tail end of the show here. So thanks for that, Nick.
Yeah, I'm just going to probably go with the street epistemology approach then.
I agree. That's a pretty good one. I say stick to that. And Nick, I wish you luck